Let's get some votes going. Alright, so we have our grand... We have a pause. This is where I have a chat about the vehicle of esports, being the internet and a computer and whatever. But what I will say is, while we're waiting, is we've had a bit of fun tonight doing the SC2C.com Gold, Platinum and Diamond Open number 60. Up at the top left, we got some PGA fans there. We got some Badger fans. In fact, it's even at the moment. Well, if PGA goes for Mech, Rhubarb's voting for him. Hug Every Cat or Huge Every Cat is going for the HoneyBadger. Ray J for PGA, of course, and Dead Lizard for Badger. Alright. Let's see who we got. Top left-hand side on Ohana in the green as our Terran player is, of course, PJA from Team SR. He's going to be going standard, of course. No crazy sort of shenanigans, I would assume. You kind of don't want to go crazy in the first match of a series. Of course, this is a best of 5. The winner of this series gets, what is it, $10, and they also get 1 hour of coaching from one of the top CGM coaches that we have. There's a bunch of those. If you want to go and have a look at who they are, jump onto sc2c.com and you can have a look at who the coaches are. I believe we've got Yang is one of the Protoss coaches, and for Terran, I'm pretty sure it's Aegis and Rossi, maybe? I don't actually remember. Someone else can, you can post that in chat if you actually know who it is. Our Protoss down in the bottom right hand side, of course, in the blue, is everyone's favourite mammal. It is the HoneyBadger, and he doesn't care. Looks as if he's going to go pick up a gate right about... What? No, Nexus first, love it. Nexus first from HoneyBadger, up a 17 Nexus. Alright, that's cool, I like that. Not every day you see someone go 17. I'm pretty sure, unless something's changed since last time I did it, the standard is 16. But you can tell how ballsy someone is if they go Nexus first into Colossus drops. If we get that from HoneyBadger, I am officially deeming him the Protoss Rising Star of C, and I don't care what you guys say, I'm deeming him that. Forge goes down, so it is going to be a Forge expand from HoneyBadger. While that sounds like something we would see in a Protoss versus Zerg, you can do this in Protoss versus Terran. Of course, what you can do is chuck the cannon down around about here, exactly where HoneyBadger is going to put it. Oh, no he didn't. He makes me look like an idiot. Puts it down here, and you can effectively cover the ramp here. Of course, one sort of small annoying threat is if a Reaper comes up the back, but not very often that you see Reapers coming out of Terrans these days, since they got nerfed into oblivion about, when was it? Not too long after Morrow dominated Hydra in, I think it was IEM 2010. Morrow with his 5 racks Reaper stuff, just smashing through everybody. But yeah, so... Good little way to play Protoss, I think, is to do this very quick expand. As we can see, he's got both of his gas. The gateway is done. Cyber is on the way. Meanwhile, for PJA, looks as if he's going for his own reasonably quick expansion. Slightly later than HoneyBadger's, of course, because he got a racks up first. But the command center is just about done at the natural. He's got 2 extra racks on the way. We also have 1 refinery, so things looking at reasonably standard here for him. So, at the moment, as a Protoss, as HoneyBadger, we're going into the HoneyBadger cam to see what he's thinking. He's got to think. There's a couple of things that can be a little bit scary when you're doing a Nexus first like this. Obviously, because your Cyber Data core is a little bit later, that can mean that your gateway is a little bit later, meaning that Cloak Banshees can be a little bit of trouble if your opponent went blind Cloak Banshees. If they went into fast expand like what PJ has done, it's not too much of a trouble because you should have either a cannon or an observer out by the time the Cloak Banshee comes along. But as we can see, bunker goes up, Zealot's going to head across, he's going to take a couple of bullets in the face. No, he's not, he's just going to hang down the bottom of the ramp. And yep, there he goes. Has a quick look up, sees that there is a bunker here. Now, the other thing for the Protoss to consider is that he hasn't actually confirmed that the command center is here at the Natural Expanse. So it's going to get to a point where he may even just try and throw a probe first into the line of fire of the bunker and try and see if the command center is actually there, because there can be times when a Terran might get the run around, and what you may see from time to time is a player may try and run around the sides and scoot around the sides and then come around and try and take you by surprise, because normally you do have a Zealot sitting in the middle. But it looks as if PJA is content to just sort of sit here, take control of the Zelnaga Watchtower, and it looks as if HoneyBadger is going to grab a whole bunch of gates, taking himself up to 5 gates with a Robo just about done, a Mortal on the way, no upgrades just as of yet. Sometimes there is a little bit of a build you can do where you get a quick +1 to armor as well, but not being done by HoneyBadger this time. He's going to grab another cannon just to make sure that this front door is nicely protected, picking up his 3rd gas as well. Meanwhile, for PJA, we've got his 3rd and 4th gases here, so interesting to see that. I'm a little bit surprised. As far as I understand, you don't need all 4 gases if you're going to go for this bio style, at least for the start, of which he's going for here. So he may be trying to pick up a few tanks, maybe? I don't know. May go for a tank, but someone would have to sort of inform me of... Okay, so he's going to get a star port. He's got the reactor on the way, so it does look like he's going to grab that 11-minute timing, I would assume. And now we'll have to see if HoneyBadger is prepared. In fact, HoneyBadger is more than prepared. It looks as if he is going to go for his own attack. We've got extra gates going up. Not sure I like the position of how this is walled off, but he is going to have a total of 8 gates. He's got an Immortal already out, a few sentries already done as well. Looks as if the probe is going to try and get another closer proxy pylon down to HoneyBadger, looking like he's going to try and prepare for an attack, getting a few stalkers in as well. We'll probably see... I was going to say we might need to see a few more Zealots, just a tank, but it looks as if he's going to grab just a couple of Stalkers at the moment. And now, with this second Immortal joining the pack, he's going to head out right about now. HoneyBadger getting prepared to attack. Zealot is going to find that the Bio Force is now moving out. This could be interesting because the sentries are a little bit caught out here. HoneyBadger in a little bit of trouble. His Bio Force doing a good job cleaning up the sentries. They're all dead, and that means that this push is probably not going to go ahead here. The most expensive observer in the world just coming across that factory, but looks as if HoneyBadger, he doesn't care. He doesn't care that there are no sentries. Comes in, Zealot's just shredding through the Marines and the Marauders, and now he's just going to charge up that ramp. Of course, he doesn't have charge, but he is going to get rid of the bunker, and now PJA is in quite a bit of trouble. He has a very nice harvester count, but unfortunately, SCVs are not going to hold up against all of this, and in fact, he's just going to walk in. He's just walking in. HoneyBadger does not care. He does not care. Zealots get to the front. Of course, taking a lot of the damage from the SCVs and the Marines and Marauders, but the Stalkers now at the back going to do the rest of the damage, targeting down one of the Marauders, cleans that out, and now I don't know what that scan was for, but he does get rid of the Observer, but it is a little bit too late here for PJA. There are no more Stalkers now warping in. He's just got to be careful. He doesn't sort of keep himself in this choked up position, but it is all effectively done. Marines are trying to pop out as best as he can out of these remaining racks, but I think everything is all pretty much gone right about now. What is that factory doing? Oh no, I thought he was trying to be cool and building Hellions down inside the main, but there are some more Zealots. This should be the end once these Zealots will get inside. Stalker's going to block them off though and say, no, this job is all mine. Taking care of the supply depots, and PJ is pretty much done, just sort of working himself to make sure he can, keep his cool and work through to the next game. The Stalker's just dancing around this last remaining racks, mocking that barracks, but now he moves across, and it looks as if, well, SCV is doing a good job tanking, but there are a couple of force fields, and I don't know, is HoneyBadger, he's sort of probably committing a little bit here. He doesn't need to sort of just go hard at this. He could just sort of save up some of these forces and then head in. But back at home, he was chronoing out some of these units, but an Immortal is on the way. Good force field on the ramp, catches out some of these units, and as we can see, the Zealots are able to take care of the rest of those ground forces, but there are still a few Marauders and a few Marines at the top of the ramp, and there is a very sort of minimal force left over for HoneyBadger, but now with a few warpins, he should be okay. And tries to save some of these units. Yeah, picks them up, gets them back onto the higher ground. But as I said, this is kind of a little bit late for anything to be done here by PJA. More forces now warping in. A good force field on the ramp would be quite nice right about here. No, he doesn't get it. But the probe is now coming in. In fact, is he going to try and build a pylon up at the top? I'd build a Nexus right about now. I mean, I don't know. Anyway. There he goes. Force field. No force field. Zealous just tanking. There you go. Game over. PJA goes down in game 1. HoneyBadger with a very cool expansion build there. There you go. Jay with the doing this build all the time against the Terrans. It's a good build.